Well, hey, entrepreneurs, welcome back to another of our weekly live Ask Me Anything sessions where for the next 20 minutes, I am answering your questions in real time. If you're joining me live, feel free to go ahead and drop your questions into the comment box right now. And we had some really great questions come in this week, one of which I kept seeing over and over and over again. So let's dive in and let's have a conversation about some things that came up with Instagram Threads this week. So we know that Instagram Threads is a spin-off app of Instagram. It is designed specifically so that people can communicate with people close to them. So you are going to be able to have conversations or closer, easier conversations with your close friends through the Instagram direct message box, but it is specific to the Threads app. So you're able to set statuses like you can on Facebook. You can actually record video and have it transcribed. So if you're sending messages to your friends, but they're at work or they're somewhere that they can't be listening to audio, it actually shows right on the screen, kind of like closed or open captioning, so that people can read it without having to go somewhere to listen to the audio. So this is something that has been used by people to transcribe either their Instagram Reels or their TikTok videos. The problem is that when they upload a video, it can be a longer video that you upload, but it only transcribes 15 seconds. So what's going on here and how do we deal with this? Well, when it comes to Instagram Threads, this is designed specifically to send things to people close to you on Instagram, but also to send things to your stories. So it's designed specifically for stories. So the videos that you're sending people in messaging or the videos you're sending people on stories, those are going to be specific to that 15-second time slot, because we know that stories is 15-second clips. So it's either a 15-second static image or a 15-second video clip. So when you upload these videos, you're only able to then download 15 seconds of it. So unfortunately, right now, it does not allow you to kick out more than 15 seconds, which means we do have to do a little extra work. So if you're trying to do a longer TikTok or a longer reel, you have to put it into Threads in 15-second increments. Otherwise, you're only going to get the first 15 seconds, and then you're going to have to piece them together. So you just have to be smart enough to be able to clip it in 15-second sections or less than 15-second sections and put it into Threads, download it, and then piece it back together. If you clip it in sections, you won't have to do any lining up when you're putting things back together, because it's just going to be what it is. But you have to be aware that you're going to do a little extra work. Now, in my opinion, I feel like this is still a lot easier than if you were going to actually type in your captioning by yourself. So if you were going to hand caption a 30-second video or up to 59 seconds of video for TikTok, that's going to be a ton of typing that you don't have to do if you're transcribing and just piecing a couple of sections together. So for me, definitely way easier to actually do the transcription inside of Threads and then just piece those up to 4 sections together and then be able to kick that out on social media the way that I need to. Now, we do know that with Threads, you cannot change the color and you can't really change too much about where it's located. You can kind of place it in different sections and make it a little smaller or a little bit bigger, but it kind of is what it is. You can't change the pacing, you can't change anything else, because it's specifically meant to be a messaging app. It's not meant to be captioning. We're just kind of hijacking the way that they use it and using it for our own purposes with that. And I got this question a lot this week. A lot of people sent this in, so I hope that helps a little bit. It's not super functional, but remember, it's not what it was designed for. We are repurposing the way that they designed their app. And so we are going to have to be smart enough to work around that. That's not a them issue. It's an us issue, because we are choosing to use it differently than they intended it and designed it for. All right. If you've got questions, I would love to get those answered for you. We are going to continue on with our conversation, except it has, because we had a little bit of a glitch this morning when we tried to go live with this, and we had to go live a second time. It took away my arrows. Here we go. We're back. And Jesse jumped in and said, super helpful. Always struggle with my Instagram. We were talking all about how you can be editing video for your Reels. And I highly recommend that you are not editing your Reels inside of Reels. This goes for TikTok as well. Create your videos on your phone, edit them in Adobe Rush, and then import them to Reels or to TikTok. It makes for a much higher quality video. So if you've not checked out the tutorial, make sure you do. Jesse, thanks so much for checking it out. I appreciate your lovely comment. Hey there, Heather says, I have always wanted to learn how to use this app. We were talking about Adobe Premiere Rush, so I have multiple tutorials on that for you guys. Do you ever have issues with the app crashing? So Heather, This is a really great question, and I am a professional photographer and videographer, which means I do a ton of video production work. Now, with Adobe Premiere Rush, it is, or it can be, a cloud-based system, so I can actually design things on my phone and then have it transfer over to my computer, and I can finish it on one and start it on the other. Like, you know the drill. I can go back and forth between the places that I'm going to be working on my different projects, and they're all synced up via the cloud if I choose to turn on the cloud-based system. So with this, I am creating a high volume of videos a day. I'm creating a high volume of videos every single day, and I have never had issues with it crashing because I'm doing too much. I work very fast. I work very hard when I create my videos, and so I've never had it crash on me because I was doing too much, or I was working too fast, or I was importing too many things. I will say that it does take a minute for the cloud-based part of it to sync up. So if I start on my computer, I gotta wait a hot minute for it to transfer over to my phone, or if I'm doing it on my phone, it's again gonna take a hot minute to get it over to my computer, and most things transfer really, really well. I will say the one thing I have found is that when I put a transparent overlay on my computer, that does not translate well to my phone if I move it from where it was. So I reuse my projects, and if I put like a title on one and then I put in new footage, it does not, the transparent part of it does not always work over on the phone part of it if it was from another project. So that's my only hang up with that. But otherwise, this is the best platform that I have used to be editing my stuff. It's so easy. It's so user-friendly. And unlike a lot of Adobe things where you have a severe learning curve, this is something you can just do with limited knowledge of how to do video production. So it is really, really helpful. Very, very strategic for people who are just getting into video production, who want to be able to edit on the go and do things really, really easily for their business. And you can do it horizontally, vertically, or in a square format, and it's super easy to shift between them and shift between your phone and your computer. So if you've not checked out those tutorials, make sure you do. Heather, thanks so much for hanging. Christina jumped on and said, I really learned a lot today. Thank you for sharing this great episode. We were talking all about how you can, or if you can, live screen share on TikTok Live. And so a lot of people want to be able to screen share like you can on YouTube and like you can on Facebook, but they don't really allow you to do that on TikTok. They don't allow you to do it on Instagram either. So I was showing hacks on how to get around that and how to work with it. So make sure that you are checking that out if that's something that you are interested in learning about. And that had some other really great questions involved with it because it was one of our live Q&A. So make sure you check that out. And Christina, thanks so much for hanging out this week. Always appreciate seeing you guys here. We had another great comment and a great question this week. It says, great video. I tried out InShot last week. I wonder which is better to use. I also have DaVinci Resolve, which is amazing for being free. Let me know your thoughts. So this is all about how I was discussing using Adobe Premiere Rush for editing my Instagram Reels and my other social media videos. Now, I have used InShot before. I prefer Rush. Rush is a lot simpler. It's a lot more effective for me. And this is the one that I recommend to my students. InShot's okay, and a lot of people use it. I just find that Rush is a lot better and more conducive to what I'm doing. And I love Rush because it's part of the Adobe CC suite. So if you have Adobe Creative Cloud, or if you have Adobe CC, you already have this with your subscription. This is not another thing you have to pay for. And it's not a huge, steep learning curve, so it makes it really easy for you to just jump in and use it. So because I already pay for things like Photoshop and Lightroom and all of my different Adobe programs, this was just a part of it. I didn't have to add anything else. I didn't have to pay a subscription like you do for things like InShot. And it syncs up to what I'm doing, and it allows me to work within my Adobe suite, which makes it a lot more easy for me to kind of get everything done in a manner that's really, really effective for me. So I highly recommend Rush. InShot is still good. You can totally use that. I just feel like Rush is a little bit better for people doing video production. DaVinci Resolve is not something I have tried, so I can't comment on that one. But let me know down in the comments below if you are joining me, if you feel like that is something I should be checking out for you guys to see which is going to be better, so you don't have to take the time to do it. Peter jumped in and said, I don't know if you have a teleprompter, your delivery was flawless, but that was very impressive of you. Thanks. Well, This is probably my favorite comment ever. Thank you so much. I don't use a teleprompter when I am creating my videos. I actually know my content that well that I can deliver up to an hour of content without having to work with a teleprompter. Occasionally, I will put notes under my camera if I just have like a bullet point I need to make sure I'm hitting, if I've got like 10 different points I want to address and I want to do it in an order. But otherwise, I am able to just have a conversation with you guys about whatever it is I'm teaching or speaking on so that you can learn and grow. And I've just been doing this for well over a decade now. So I've learned a lot. And at this point, you can as well. It will take you a little bit to get to the point where I am with this one, but the more you push yourself, the more you do it, the more videos you record, the more live streams you do, the easier it gets for you. So thank you so much. And I really appreciate that. No teleprompter here. But if y'all do have a good teleprompter program, go ahead and let me know. I am looking into those for some of my students, and I would love to check out the ones that you are using as well. All right, friends, we are wrapping up today because we've got a lot of really cool things going on, and we wanted to keep today's episode a little bit shorter because the questions that came in predominantly this week were surrounding Instagram threads. If you have not checked out Instagram threads, this is a really good platform. It's a spin-off platform for doing that captioning, and I've actually heard of a couple of others that I'm going to be looking at this week that may or may not be helpful to you, so I will report back with more information on those. But if you have questions on social media marketing on any of the platforms, whether it's TikTok or Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or your newsletter, your website, anything that has to do with social media related marketing, go ahead and let me know, and I'll get those answered in the next episode. We are here every single Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, live on YouTube and on Facebook, getting your questions answered. Until next time, I hope you all have a great day and stay inspired. Bye, friends.